Welcome back, everyone, and let's get started. In this special, I thought it would be fun to share with you some history about Hillbilly Studio. We will be looking at how and why this project came about, plus some upcoming specials. Hopefully by now you have noticed a change in the studio, and I must say that I'm pleased so far with the new format. So why am I doing this? The simple answer is that it's fun learning new stuff. For example, I've learned that just because a person learns something doesn't mean they can actually do what they just learned, which is evident with much of my work. On a more serious note, it is a challenge. Can I create a story that people will enjoy? Now let's start at the beginning. Over 20 years ago, Dee and I lived and worked in the Big Mango when a plot of land came up for sale near the village she grew up in. So we bought it, and the plan was to build a simple retirement home. Naturally, we needed an office to organize the build, and that's what you see here. I think we paid around $60 for this bamboo gazebo. Eventually, the jungle brush was cleared, and then the first cultural difference came into play. Initially, I was confused that the fence was going to be built first. Being an American, we typically build the house first, and then the fence is the cherry on top. But not in Thailand for two main reasons. First, it was explained to me that the fence shows a sign of respect to the land spirits. In other words, we are showing the ancient ancestors that used to live here that we will now be taking care of their land. The second reason was much easier to understand. It helped to prevent tools and materials from being borrowed. After the fence was completed, building began on our original teak house, and around 4 months later, it was completed. In a future special, we will look at how all of this came together, but for now, we are just going to take a look at Hillbilly Studio. Of course, it wasn't a studio back then. It was a guest house, and the design was a simple, old-style Thai cottage. As the years rolled by, there have been a few changes. It's no longer a guest house. Instead, it is now my office. Let's go inside. All right, let's go check out the studio. All right, here's my green screen room setup. Notice the yellow smiley face? That's Bob. Bob is my stand-in. He helps me. You see my new high-speed desk, and up above is the microphone. And of course, you've got all the different lights going on the green screen in the background. It's a very simple setup, but it seems to work. Moving on. The America in Thailand series will continue from time to time as the supply seems to be endless. In the works is a special featuring t-shirts in trouble, plus I will be going to outer space. Literally, but not really. Also in the background is a new series about Somchai and his adventures in Thailand. He often stops by to grab a bite to eat and shares a story. Now, some of them are hard to believe, and truth be told, I'm not even certain they are true, but they sound like they could be, and it's always a treat when he stops by. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for stopping by. If you want, it's time to head to the ballpark, and I have an extra ticket if you want to come along.